Hey Physique Freaks, how's it going? It's Scott Tucson on MetabolicMasterpiece.com. It's Easter Sunday and I've got my favorite bunny with me, Mr. Munchie with the Rice Crisps. I'm not going to be counting calories today. I'm going to have a little bit of chocolate, going to enjoy dinner, some ham, potatoes, desserts, but I'm certainly not going to be overindulging. I'm just going to enjoy the festivities with my family, eat what I want to eat, not feel guilty about it, but not make an absolute pig of myself. I'm not going to be going to the gym, I'm just going to be walking chief. That'll be my activity for the day, other than playing around with the family and the kids. So that's it for today, and no behind the scenes workout footage. But now there is an important topic that I do want to cover today, and that is striving for an ideal physique with ideal proportions. Now building aesthetic muscle does involve balance, proportion, symmetry, and details. But there really isn't any kind of ideal that you should be aiming for. We're all unique and we should all be striving to sculpt our own personal masterpiece. Now, it's hard not to get wrapped up in it all. I mean, books have been published for decades and decades on this topic. I mean, even looking back to like Steve Reeves' books here, Building the Classic Physique the Natural Way, he's got ideal proportions, the classic physique proportions where arm size is 252% of your wrist size, calf size should be 192% of your ankle size, your chest size should be 148% of your pelvis size, and so on and so on. So, I mean, seriously, we're going to get that wrapped up in trying to sculpt our physique in an ideal way, but we're really aiming for these exact percentages, and even like weight-wise, he said the classic physique weight, I'm 5'7", according to this I should be 170 pounds. I'm 157 right now and not ripped. Really, the chances of me hitting 170 pounds completely ripped, I'm 38 years old. I don't think I'll ever see those numbers. I don't even know if genetically I have it within me to reach those numbers. The reason this topic came up is because I received a really important email from a fellow physique artist who was looking at measurements, certain ratios that he should be aiming for, and the waist ratio and shoulder ratio, and he, in order to hit his ideal measurement, he needs to add 4 inches to his shoulders. And that's a lot of freaking muscle to be building out wide. And the thing is, especially when it comes to shoulder width, I mean, I'm one of those people who, I picked good parents. I was born with great genetics when it comes to wide shoulders. I got long clavicle bones here. Now, I've built some great mass on my shoulders as well. I've worked on hitting my target numbers. When I am ripped, my shoulders are 48.5 inches and my waist is 29.5 inches. And actually, according to my good buddies and people I believe in a lot of their philosophies, John Barbin, Brad Pilon, their Adonis index, their golden ratio, I'm like spot on with that. But I had a lot in my favor right out of the gate because I was born with broad shoulders. If you're born with narrow shoulders, it's going to be very difficult for you to add on that kind of size in order to hit that ideal proportion. And even if you are able to, I think it may end up looking a bit ridiculous because you'll have your clavicle bone here and then your shoulder, the muscle mass would it would have to like really round way out, and it's probably not even going to look right. So chasing an ideal number might not make your physique look aesthetically pleasing, even though you may have that perfect V taper coming from the shoulders down to the waist. It still may look very bizarre to see these bulging out shoulders. It just might not look right for your physique. And an aesthetically pleasing physique, it's as they say, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So what may look good for you may not be appealing to me, the vision that I see as an ideal or perfect physique, which there really is no perfect physique. So I guess just the point I'm trying to make is to focus on yourself and not get so wrapped up in the numbers as well. A lot of times, just by looking at photos of ourselves or videos of ourselves, you can tell the areas that you need to bring up. I know for me, I've got great width in my shoulders and my back. Thickness is the area that I need to work upon when I see videos of myself and pictures of myself. That's where I need to improve, as well as it's obvious for me, calves. Like calves, I need to bust my ass off to get them to grow. Legs, I still need to add size to my legs. These are areas that I struggle with. I mean, arms, I just have to look at my arms and they grow. So we all got areas of our bodies that improve more than others, and sometimes you just have to work a lot harder to bring up some of the weaker points of our physique. But really, I think chasing some sort of ideal number, ideal ratio, ideal proportion, it can almost take you off the path that you're trying to achieve. It can take your focus off of what the real importance is, and it can almost take away from the joy in the journey as well. So I just say numbers, I don't want to say throw them out the door, but really it's a visual thing. You can tell. You know the areas that need to be brought up, and you know the areas that are good on your physique. And a lot of times people get wrapped up and focused on their good points, like I've got a great thick chest, I'm just going to keep pumping away chest because it's my best feature. My arms are my good feature. I could go in the gym just pump out arms all the time, it's my best feature, and just keep cranking away because it's my strong point. But you really need to bring up those weaker areas to create a visually balanced and proportioned physique. But balance, proportion, symmetry, there's not an ideal. Work with what you have. Work with the gifts that you've been given and sculpt your own personal masterpiece. Don't get caught up in these exact ratios, exact measurements, because we're all built different. Some people are built with wider hip bones and just a thicker waist. You're not going to do anything to shrink that waist any smaller. You can't really adjust your hip bones to bring them in. If my shoulders were too wide, there's nothing I could do that could shrink in my clavicle bones. So don't get caught up in these numbers. We're all unique. Embrace your unique gifts and make the most out of what you've been given. I hope this message gets across. So just strive for your own physique. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Aesthetic muscle with great detail, and that's it. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to ramble on and on and on if I don't stop myself right here. There's so much I could talk about in this area. But I'd love to hear from you. What do you think about ideal proportions and the ideal physique? Because it's going to mean something to different people. I look at even the female physique. I like a good, strong, athletic, female-looking physique. And I see other guys who would rather, what's aesthetically pleasing to them is a female who's thinner and doesn't have a lot of size in their legs and doesn't have a big muscular butt, that doesn't have the big muscular shoulders. I love shoulders, I love butt, I love strong legs on a female, but other guys don't like that. And women, some women love to see guys with a big, thick, barreling chest and could care less about his legs. So whatever, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Focus on your own masterpiece, and the most important thing, just enjoy the freaking journey. Enjoy the training you're doing, and bring up what you want to bring up when it comes to your physique, and just have a blast. Alright, enough of my rant today, rambling on. Have yourself a great weekend, and I will see you tomorrow for more behind the scenes footage. We're back to chest tomorrow, and more calves and abs training, and get my eating right back on track. I guarantee I won't be feeling guilty from eating poor Mr. Munchie. Have yourself a great day.